Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. I just want to go ahead and get started right on time at 12 p.m. We told you we were going to have a Wellness Wednesday chat. So I definitely wanted to go ahead and do that and not waste your time and just get right to the meat of the conversation. So welcome to the Wellness Wednesday chat. I get tongue-tied with that every week. Like last week I was saying Wednesday Wellness Wednesday chat with us. My name is Sequoia Lindsay Taylor. I am a certified wellness coach, and I'm also the CEO and founder of Ashe Enterprises, Inc. Today's Wellness Wednesday chat is sponsored by Real Talk, Real Change 8. We are women, hear us more. So, we are women, hear us more. I cannot wait for this event. It is on February 16th here locally in Jacksonville, Florida, and it will be at 6:30 p.m. Look for more information in the comment section after this chat about this actual sponsor and more information about what Real Talk, Real Change is and about the topic that they're going to be discussing this year, which is women. Yeah, we'll finally get our chance on there. So definitely we'll be talking about them more and posting more inside the chat conversation. So be sure to check out the comments. Today's topic is based on the fact of lifestyle. So everybody knows, or you may be familiar with me saying Ashe Lean, and that is a division of Ashe Enterprises, and the Lean stands for lifestyle, exercise, attitude, and nutrition. So this week we're going to do a lifestyle topic, and most people think that because we're in January, I'm going to talk about like exercise or weight loss or detoxing or all of those things, and I can do that. And we will do that, but I definitely want to make sure that we're talking about things that are relevant in our wellness journey. Remember, not just health, but on our wellness journey. So the topic for today is stress. Yeah, we're going to talk about stress and what it does to the body, the types of stress, and ways to remedy or manage your stress levels. So based on Webster's definition, let me tell you what stress is. Stress is a mental or emotional strain or tension resulting from adverse or very demanding circumstances. Again, stress is a state of mental or emotional strain or tension resulting from adverse or very demanding circumstances. Let's talk about some highlights about stress before we go to the different types. Not all stress is bad. Let me say that again. Not all stress is bad. It can trigger your fight or flight mechanism to help you respond to emergency. So every time, just because you're stressed about something doesn't necessarily mean that it's a bad thing. The second thing is that stress affects everyone differently. It's subjective to that person. So if we could be in the same situation, I may handle stress a certain way, you may handle stress a certain way, but that does not mean that the stressor is not the same, and the way you handle it is wrong, or the way I handle it is wrong. We're all subjective. Each one of us is an individual person, and so when we go through stress or stressful situations, we may handle those things differently. And too much stress can cause serious health issues, even death. Stress is very serious. Stress is a part of life and needs to be managed in order to be well and happy. It's a major key factor in our wellness and our happiness journey. There are three main types of stress. One of the types of stress is acute stress. It's the most common type of stress. It is your body's immediate reaction to a new challenge, event, or demand, and it triggers your fight or flight response. So it is something that is the most common. It is very quick. It happens very infrequently. It doesn't happen often. And some of the examples of that is a near miss auto accident. So you like almost get an accident. You're like, oh my gosh. And then you're like, oh, okay, cool. I could just keep going. That person almost hit me. You get stressed or upset that for that very few key seconds. And then you don't, keep going about it for 5 years. You're not talking about it 5 years later about it. Or argument with a family member or a friend or a situation at work. Those are examples of what acute stress is. It's something that's usually one time, very infrequently, doesn't happen a lot. It can be something that is just once in a lifetime, or once it causes you to have a fight or flight reaction, but it is still a stressor. So having an argument with your family member, once the argument is over, you guys get a level head, you get a good night's rest, and then you get up and you're like, okay, that was crazy, or I was right, you was wrong, or you were right and I was wrong. It's not something that hinders you every day. The next one is, an acute stress is always negative. Always. Isolated episodes of acute stress should not have lingering wellness effects. So it's not something that will mess with you in your wellness arena. It may actually be good for your body because it helps your body and your brain function. It helps your brain and your body say, hey, that was something I need to react. So it helps your brain function. It helps your body function about how you handle stress. So it could be a good thing. Not necessarily saying go put yourself in those situations, but it's not a lingering or has a long-term effect on your wellness. The next type of stress is called episodic or episodic, if you're a northerner or southerner. Acute stress is when acute stress happens frequently. So episodic or episodic, acute stress is when acute stress happens frequently. People who always have a crisis or drama tend to have episodic acute stress. People who are often short-tempered, irritable, anxious, worrywarts, pessimistic, and negative tend to have episodic acute stress. And so those people who are like, every time you turn around, they have something going on. Every time you see them, they got a story for you because it's something happened. They got in a fight. They have road rage. They did all of that. Those are the type of people and examples of people who are doing it. So your worrywarts, like we said, your negative people, drama-filled people, people who every time you turn around, something is always going on in their world. So basically, as you go in your news feed in Facebook, your Twitter, your Instagram, every time they post something, every time they're talking about something is negative, or she didn't. Life is not fair. Those type of people are the people who suffer from episodic acute stress, because and most of the time, if you think about it, they're the people who are attracted to themselves. They don't change their mindset. Those type of people are very hard to have them to have a lifestyle change in their attitude and in their mindset, because they're negative minded. They're pessimistic. Everything is woe is me. Every time you turn around, every situation is drama filled. It has to be on level 1000. And so those type of people are what you would say they have episodic acute stress. There are negative wellness effects that are with persistent types of stress with this. So if for people who are episodic stress, they're the ones who have constant headaches, stomach problems, all that type of stuff, and they don't know why. When they go to the doctor, like, oh, okay, your blood pressure is high, or are you on any stress? They ask those type of questions because stress can kill. Stress is very serious. And so those people who always have a negative mindset that's ingrained up here, it shows up in your body. So every time you always have a drama field, or every situation that comes up, you can never find the silver lining. You can never find anything positive. Those are the people who are in this situation that always have something going on, and they always have those levels of stress. They're kind of constant. They're not, every time something goes on, you always have that stress level. The next type of stress is called chronic stress, and it's unresolved acute stress, and it begins to increase for a long time or over time. So chronic stress is unresolved acute stress and begins to increase or last for long periods of time. So when you have those episodes that last for a year, when you have stressful situations that are lifetime issues, those are chronic stress. They're with you every day when you wake up. They're with you every day when you go to sleep. Everything is going on when you have the chronic stress. This stress is constant and doesn't go away. Chronic stress is detrimental to your health, causing serious diseases such as heart disease. Women, are we not leading causing this? Lung disease, headaches, stomach issues, cirrhosis of the liver, accidents, depression, anger, suicide, and even death. Like, you guys, stress is serious, and chronic stress is very bad for your health. It's not good. It's never positive. All of the things that can happen when you have these stressors are bad, and they lead to life-altering, life-changing diseases, mental health statuses, and things of that nature. So you have to be careful about the way you manage this type of stress. Examples of this type of stress is poverty, dysfunctional families, unhappy marriages, and bad jobs. So for someone who's been working on a job 20 years and they're not getting promoted, every day they're getting up, oh my gosh, I can't believe I have to go to this job. They had a fight with their auntie 22 years ago and they're still holding on with that fight, and the family is not taking sides, or they took her side and they saying you're wrong. Every time you turn around, there's something going on with your family, the dysfunction of it. That is a chronic stressor and it's not good for your health. So now we're going to go into ways of managing stress. Managing stress is important to staying well, not healthy, well. It is impossible to get rid of stress, but there are some ways that you can manage it to make sure that it's less or even become non-existent in that episode or in that area of your life. Ways to do this is eating healthy, exercising, getting plenty of sleep, finding support such as a friend, a family member, a coach, a therapist that you can speak to make sure that you're having the best positive attitude, that you're having a positive outlook on life, so that you're making sure that you're staying balanced and even keel, that you can make sure that your life is balanced when it comes to stress. So, and giving you stress management tips. So definitely speaking to somebody and finding support is always key. Connect socially with others. A lot of time when people are stressed, they tend to do what people say people who are depressed do. They kind of seclude themselves and become very lonely minded. They want to reclude and be a recluse, and they go into their homes and they don't go out anywhere. And a friend say, hey, come out and have drinks with me, or come out and let's go painting, or let's go walk, or let's go have a meeting here. And they're always saying no because they're so stressed that they're not thinking about those things that could be stress relievers or fun or things that are different, is different than their different routines. But they want to go ahead and say, hey, no, I'm stressed about it. This is causing me so much stress. So I'm going to go home and lay in my bed. I'm not going to get out of my bed. I'm just going to worry about eating. I'm going to stress eat because I'm eating only because it's stressor. So you know how everybody shows that in the commercials, when you break up with the boyfriend, you eat ice cream because you stress eat. And so all those things are stuff you do when you usually are alone. You do those things when you're alone by yourself. And so that way you are able to say, I can change my mindset to say that it's okay for me to do those things. So staying social is very important in stress management. Another thing to do is to take breaks from the stressor. If it's a activity that you're doing, if it is different things that you're doing in a certain area, maybe it's time to look at a job change. If it's dysfunctional families, is it time to kind of put a pause on that situation for family? Is it time to have a sit down and have a resolution for that? Is it time to, if it's something that's dealing with a certain issue or a certain person, maybe it's time to exclude that person from your life. Taking a break or taking a breather or excluding it altogether to eliminate that type of stress is sometimes necessary. Avoiding drugs and alcohol is also key during stressful moments, because those things also leads to things like the depression, the alcohol, chemical dependency, and things of that nature. So you want to be careful about your using drugs and alcohol, because at first they may seem to mask the problem and make you feel better, but over time they lead to other problems and issues as well. So other ways that that you can reduce stress, and I will bring up one that I love doing. I thought it was the craziest thing when I first started doing it, and then someone introduced it to me, and I was like, oh, wow, okay, cool. When I'm doing this, I'm not thinking about anything else. This is when I was in kindergarten, and I used to eat, sleep, and color. So this is a thing that I do for stress management for myself. Now, I also do things like meditate, pray, listen to music. But one thing that I do practice and love doing, which probably will seem crazy, and I'm sure you guys have learned about this craze because it has multiple benefits of it, is adult coloring. Adult coloring books are becoming the latest craze because they have been studies shown that when you're doing adult coloring, you're not focusing on anything else. So it goes back to when you're a kid and you're very much concentrating on coloring, that you're using your color schemes and you're trying to figure out what crayon you're going to use next, or what color pencil you're going to use next, or how do you want it to look. And so your mind goes back to a childlike state where you're not thinking about stressors, you're thinking about what's in front of you, which is the coloring book. It's also been shown to help with dementia because it helps your brain to function about the next steps of things, the depth of things. Sometimes if you do adult coloring books, they're very in depth. They're not just the basic big bear or a duck. They're very detail oriented, so that you have to go ahead and color in different ways. The shading may be different, use different coloring, the schemes may be different. So those are awesome ways to do that. And so adult coloring book is an awesome way to help you with your stress. So I'll show you some of mine. I have notepads on the go. This is a new one I just picked up. So sometimes when I am doing, when I am out and they have a meeting, I have another one as well. But this is a new one I just picked up that was really cute. I'll take notes and then I'll color the top. So sometimes when you see kids that are doing on that paperwork, kind of went back to that. Here's another one that is a big one. And it has the pencils in it. So they have them all shapes and sizes. They're pocket ones. They're notepad ones. And then I just got this one for Christmas that I'm waiting to open up. Someone got this because they know I like doing the adult coloring, so I got this for Christmas as a complete set to be able to show like a whole studio case, art case for adult coloring. So that is awesome, an awesome way of doing that to make sure that you're staying stress free. And I'm not saying that's the catch all be all, but there are many ways. Find what works for you. Maybe journaling works for you. Writing, maybe taking a hot bath is what works for you. You just seclude yourself just to take a bath and just have your thoughts, and you clear yourself, and then you soaking, and then when you get out, you can have a whole new perspective. So with that being said, I would like to do the question of the day. And the question of the day is being sponsored by E3 Expo. E3 Expo is an expo where you can come and showcase your business or visit business owners who are serious, and they're not focused necessarily on the quantity of people. They're focused on the quality of people that are coming in, so that you're making positive, influential, and relevant connections with people who are going to drive you and your business, your brand, and your vision forward. So those that is the actual sponsor for the question of the day. That event is being held on February 17th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And also remember to check the comments, because I'll be posting information about that actual event in the comment section, so that you can get more information on how to be a part as a vendor, as a guest coming out, and to share with your networks as well. So the question of the day is, what are ways to reduce stress? There could be ways that you actually use to reduce stress. There could be ways that you want to. You may have a question about how you can reduce stress. So the question of the day is, what are ways to reduce stress? Now, you notice I didn't give a lot of them, because I'm sure you guys will. So the massage therapist, acupuncturist, going to see a Reiki practitioner. All of those different things are ways that you can do to manage stress. But I want to hear what you do or would like to do or learn about as far as stress management. The best answer that is that I hear will get a gift from us. That's being provided by our sponsor. They're sponsoring a gift for us. We'll do a random pulling and drawing of names for someone who gives a response about what are ways that you can reduce stress. And so with that being said, I thank you guys so much for coming to our Wellness Wednesday chat. The topic is stress. And so today we learned about what stress is, 3 different types of stress, and ways to manage your stress. So I want to hear about your comments, any type of feedback that you have. Please provide it below. Also ask questions. If you want to have dialogue about the types of stress or ways to manage your stress, please also talk about that and post that in the chat below. This is a chat, so I want to hear from you guys, and going back and forth and giving feedback and having a dialogue. With that being said, we also are still taking submissions for wellness topics. If you have a wellness topic that you would like to see or discuss or for us to talk about, then definitely submit it to us at info@ashalean.com. Once again, it's info@ashalean.com. You may also post a question down in the comments or inbox us if it is a touchy subject that you don't want to share publicly. We are also taking sponsorships. You've heard me talk about 2 sponsors in this video today. That is the Real Talk Real Change 8 and E3 Expo, and their information will be in the comments below. So thank you so much for your sponsorship. If you would like to be a sponsor of this video or a future video, please be sure to inbox us, post comments below, or email us at info@ashalean.com. My name is Sequoia Lindsay Taylor. I'm the CEO and founder of Ashe Enterprises. I'm a certified wellness coach, and we offer classes. We also offer workshops, one-on-one coaching, and information and education about helping women to understand what it is to live a wellness-centered lifestyle via what they put in and on their bodies. And so you guys, I hope you guys have a wonderful Wednesday, and we will talk to you guys next week. Okay, see you soon.